queen. But at least I got her on the phone. I asked about a chance of her loving me again. Yes, I asked about the chance of her loving me again. She said she never stopped loving me, and she was coming on a train. I asked her, can you believe it's true? Can you believe it's true? Oh, can you believe it's true? Can you believe it's true? Can you believe it's true? No more will I be lonesome. No more will I be blue. Okay, I'm out. No more will I be lonesome. No more will I be blue. I ask, can you believe? Can you believe it's true? Can you believe? I ask you, can you believe it's true? Can you believe it's true? No more will I be lonesome. No more will I be blue. No more will I be lonesome. No more will I be blue.
Hi, my name is. Hi. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Let me know if you can hear me in the side chat, please. Thank you very much. Tidy. How's everyone doing this evening? And the first super chat of the evening is already in.
Ooh, super chat. Thank you.
From Paul Kellett. Can you please clarify exactly what you mean with the comment, all super chatters will be entered? Well, if I was childish and rude, I could say, bend over and I'll show you. But what it actually means is this. Everybody that super chats tonight will be entered onto my swanky list. Yeah, I nearly said something I shouldn't have then. That rhymes with swanky. Everybody will be entered onto my list. And towards the end of the live stream, I will draw. And the lucky winner, or unlucky winner, depending on how much you want a Ridge wallet, will receive this bad boy. Brand spanking new. In the box, never been opened, never been touched. It was one of the ones that Ridge sent me with the sponsorship doohickey. So if anybody is interested in winning a lovely Ridge wallet, and they are really cool, here's mine. the wallet I use every day. They're absolutely awesome, honestly, and I'm not just saying it. But if you want to win the Ridge wallet, you can win the Ridge wallet.
Ooh, super chat. Thank you.
Christopher Shapley, DVM CVA, everybody's favorite American veterinarian, is obviously wanting to be on the Christopher Shapley. Oh, a Hapley. Spelling mistake right at the start. Christopher Shapley is now on the swanky list. So yeah, that's all it is. I've done it before. I'm doing it again. People seem to enjoy it, and everybody likes a freebie.
Ooh, super chat. Thank you.
Ex Corvus. The only thing is, because I ex Corvus, obviously it does mean that I get hugely distracted by entering people's names onto
Ooh, super chat. Thank you.
onto the swanky list. And the Jord says, so thank you very much indeed, Jord. You are now on the swanky list, which is there. I just hope I don't do what I did last time I did this and lose the list halfway through, but I will try not to. I will absolutely try my best.
Ooh, super chat. Thank you.
Fohammer 335. Thank you very much indeed. Your name is being added to the list. FOE Hammer 335. Your name is on the list. And now Peter Nancaro's name is going on the list.
Ooh, super chat.
Thank you very much,
you.
Peter. Peter, and Arrow. Your name is on the list as well. Bloody marvelous. And okay.
Ooh, super chat. Thank you.
Mike Baller. Is Mr. Sensible still here, by the way? Mr. Sensible, if you're still here, say hello. Make yourself known. Mike, you're on the list as well. Peter Nangar would draw me. You don't even know what I look like. Will you look like that? There's a picture of you in your profile. Edward Cole.
Ooh, super chat. Thank you.
Cole. Oh, Mr. Sensible, are you still here? Yes, you are. Do you fancy jumping on for 5 minutes, pal? If not, it's cool. But I watched your video this morning about well, the only way to describe it really is the disgusting crap that's going on at the moment. I'll send you a linky doodle immediately. Have I got your email address? I must have. Mr. Sensible, do me a favor. Send me a WhatsApp message with your email address. It's not on the old doohickey. And we have obviously, well, not obviously, we've had another super chat come in from Kurt Singer. Thank you, Kurt. Your name is being added to the list. Thank you, Kurt. I appreciate that. And Arctic Haze. Greetings from the European Union. Maybe Wales will join us soon. Wales isn't much for joining. I don't know what's going on, but maybe we will, maybe we won't. But Michael Buckley, good morning from Portland, Oregon, USA. I used to watch a YouTuber called Michael Buckley years ago. It was one of the first channels that actually got me interested in YouTube. And another super chat from my pal Olek. Thank you, Olek. Very kind of you. Your name is now on the swanky list. And what a swanky list it is. Crafty Keeler in the house. Keeler, did the postman come and did he deliver what I sent? Let me know. it's so frustrating when I send things out and they don't get there. Like for argument's sake. For example,
Ooh,
thank you,
super
Mr.
chat.
Steve.
Thank you.
Mr. Steve, I need somebody to help me with this. Mr. Sensible, sorry, I've literally just realized I asked you to send me a WhatsApp message, but my WhatsApp isn't open on the PC. Tango 2806.
Ooh, super chat. Thank you.
Thank you very big. Tango 2806. Your name is now added to the swanky list. If I will obviously check, but if you super chat and I don't notice it, don't be afraid to point it out. Don't be afraid to point it out. Mr. Sensible, where have you DM'd me, pal? Discord? Yes, Discord. Right, stay. It'll be via email, Mr. Sensible. I'm doing it right now this second with using Gmail. We are, Mr. Sensible. Email is sent. Join me at your leisure. It's the man who no longer wanted to be a penguin.
Ooh, super chat. Thank you.
X-Penguin 95. X-Penguin 95. Your name is now on the swanky list.
Ooh, super chat. Thank you.
Rib Tickler, your name is now on the swanky list. Rib Tickler. Thank you, pal. I very much appreciate it. Yeah, so I'm gonna pull Mr. Sensible on, not pull him off, because that would get me banned from. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Ooh, super chat.
Thank you, Rebecca Mullen. Very kind of you, and welcome to the channel. I hope your expectations are not too high. Rebecca Mullen. Wells. Your name is now on the list. If your name's on the list, you've got just as much chance as anyone else of winning it. So, Crafty Keeler, did the postman come? I didn't see you answer. Did he? Did he, or did he not? Hello, Drew Lewis. Good evening, sir. How are you? Uh-oh. Everybody's favourite lurker has entered the building. And there he is. You can hear me, can't you? But I can't hear you. It's nothing wrong. It's because I haven't added you to the stream yet. I was just being a tool. 2 seconds. I'll bring you on in just a second. Let's build the anticipation, and let me just address this super chat.
Super chat.
Oliver Carlson. Oh, sexy money. I like sexy money. 50 in sexy money, whatever that is. Oliver Carlson. And another super chat from Robert Williams. Thank you, Robert. Robert Williams. And
super chat. Thank you.
Super chat from What the Deuce. I love Family Guy. Anyway, let's pull my dad in. It's not often that a young boy gets to have one of his parents live on stream with him. So let's do it. Let's do it now. And then
hello, good evening.
Sensible. Good evening. How are you, pal?
Not so bad, my friend. And you?
Oh, struggling on, living the dream. You know what it's like.
No.
No. Do any of us? Do any of us?
No.
Right. Sorry, pal. 2 seconds. Now super chat come in. Joseph Petrick. Your name has been added to the list.
Please note what he said.
Petrick.
Please note what he said.
Please do not. Right. Yeah. That's right. So that's why I've pulled you on. I watched your video this morning while I was having my morning poo. And
oh, charming. Oh, man.
And I tell you what, mate, you've got way more patience than me, and some of the stuff that's going on within this community at the moment, the only way to describe it is as disgusting, because
Absolutely.
I can't, for one, I don't really understand what exactly they think it achieves, apart from the potential things that could happen, which you pointed out in your video. So,
Well, it's
what's
like
going
this.
on there?
When did you stop beating your wife? That's the sort of thing it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it was when she gave me a black eye, and I found out that she was actually much tougher than me. So I just gave up.
But you know what I mean? It's that sort of thing. You
Yeah.
can't answer it. And allegations like that, you can't answer. And
Yeah.
then, as you just said, we all heard, this is without getting political, we all heard about the Pizzagate thing, where all these allegations were made about a pizza parlor and things happening in a basement. What happened?
Yeah.
A guy turned up there with a gun to sort things
Yeah.
out. There wasn't even a basement. But that's right. I mean, I've got the thing with, and it's not as bad as the things that's happening to other people. I've got the thing with the mild doxing attempt on me, but then we've got people with these wild accusations being held against them of being pedophiles, and the like. And it only takes one idiot to decide to try and hunt them down, or one idiot to decide to point their employer at the video where this accusation's made, and it's a life ruined.
Yeah, exactly. And they don't. Well, I wouldn't say I was gonna say they don't seem to realize the potential harm that can be caused, but they probably do, and they just don't care. They just don't care. They just see it as all. What was it? Right, the hand said, it's not a real person; it's just a YouTube persona. But
apparently, there is a little more behind that. I've forgotten who it was. Right, the hand was attacking now, but apparently, it's Jose JG Gonzalez.
Oh, sorry? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
So
Sorry.
that was against Jose, and Jose had made some comment about YouTube characters or something, which is why Wright went ahead and did that.
Yeah.
But he can go ahead and have a go at Jose. He can take the mickey out of Jose. He can just blatantly insult him. And that's, I mean, it's not nice, but that's fine. We can all deal with it. I mean, I'm sure that you've had people perhaps commenting on the fact that you're barely intelligible due to your strange accent, but you learn to live with that.
Exactly.
But people making accusations like that is just not on.
Yeah, I just really wanted to talk about it tonight because it just beggars belief, and I at the end of the day, right, what we all do here, it's got a serious side to it because it is an important topic to be tackled, right? Because I still stand by what I say, and some of these flat earthers, all they do, and they just create in the next generation of morons, right? But it's also meant to be fun and enjoyable, which is why I do this every Sunday night. I love going live on a Sunday night. I know you do live streams, exactly the same sort of thing, just interacting with your audience.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
Yeah, and I can't see what they think is going to be achieved by these ridiculous accusations that they're throwing about.
Well, I think I do, pal. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, I've got a beef with you, and I've managed to get hold of your, I don't know, your partner's name or where your kids go to school, who your employer is, what your address is, and I let you know that. Okay, I might not release it, but I let you know that.
Yeah.
There's a good possibility you're just going to say, right, well, I'm going to leave this. I'm not going to touch him anymore. I'm not going to argue against him. I've won. I've shut you up.
Yeah.
And the same with these allegations of pedophile. I mean, it's very upsetting. It could have massive effects on people. It could scare people if an accusation like that is made against them. Fortunately, with regard to me, they don't know me, and that doesn't scare me because I'm quite happy to do something about it. Some people won't.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I think you've nailed it there, because if somebody said something like that about me, would I probably leave them alone? I probably would, if I'm being honest, because your
alternative is to fight back and escalate it.
Yeah, and as you're saying, you were happy to fight back.
But I don't have to sit there fighting back. I mean, let's say you'd made that accusation against me. I might do a video back at you, but I'm not going to sit here arguing the toss backwards and forwards about an accusation like that. I would about flat earth.
Yeah, that's
It's
a
got to go
totally
to the
different
police.
thing, isn't it? That's
absolutely.
all done, you know, again, I said a few minutes ago, there is a serious side to it, but a lot of it's done tongue in cheek certainly with me. And I think
Breaking
that's
up a
why
bit
I
for me.
get so, yeah, so I was losing you a little bit then. I don't know what's going on. And I think that's why I get so few attacks, because I approach it from a different way to the rest of us. So what can they come back at me with, really?
Well, they don't need to come back with anything. I had someone very recently who changed their name or created a sock account to comment on my videos, and their sock account name was Mr. S is a benefits cheat. Okay, well, since I don't take any benefits, that's quite difficult. But
yeah,
they'd commented a couple of times, and I left it. And then I just said, you know, oh, come on in, tell us, what is your evidence? And they said, oh, well, you've been cheating on, I forget exactly what, employment benefit, some health benefit, some other benefit. And I was claiming it during the time I was convicted. What the hell are you talking about? It's totally 100% fabricated, as I don't have any benefits. If I did, I wouldn't be cheating them, and I haven't got a conviction. So they've made this crap up, so they cannot substantiate it in the slightest. But you know, maybe someone else, let's say I did have some benefits, maybe I'm thinking, do they know something? Have I accidentally screwed up? Am I going to get into trouble? Or because they've just taken a wild stab in the dark, which incidentally is what they probably need.
Yeah, that's a fair point, actually. I don't know, I just watched that video this morning, and I knew I wanted to address it tonight in some way, shape, or form, so I couldn't believe my luck when I saw you in the side chat, because
that's serendipity, isn't it?
It's
at least until Mrs. S turns up in a little while, so I might have to cut and run. But I'm glad you asked me.
I don't expect you to stay for the full shebang, but you know you're always welcome. And like I say, I did with Chris Shapley last week. I do want to start getting people on. I didn't intend having anybody on this week, but when I saw you, you know, in the side chat, it was too good an opportunity to pass up, especially once you said you were available, because it's beyond disgusting. And this isn't the first time you've had to address it, is because you're waiting on something from Riley as well, aren't you?
No, not Riley. Oakley.
Sorry, Nathan.
That's right. Yeah.
That's right. I think you've got two hopes of getting a public apology out of him, though, pal, and one of them's Bob.
Yeah,
if I'm being perfectly honest.
No, absolutely. And I don't expect it. I absolutely do not expect it. But by giving him that opportunity, then I was explaining this to someone else. If he was to decide, oh my goodness, I did that in the heat of the moment, I really shouldn't, it does give him the opportunity to back down, to make an apology, which is going to be hard for him to swallow. And it also lets all his little minions know that, hold on, our boss man doesn't like this sort of thing either. It also, if I do need to take this further, which I'm expecting, but if I do need to take it further, I can say, hand on heart, I gave him every opportunity to make this right, to save involving the law. And I've also made sure that he is aware, so he cannot deny that he's aware of it, so he can't use that as an excuse. Not that any of that matters. I could have seen that and reported it straight to the police anyway, but I'm trying to be absolutely decent, give him every chance to apologize. I know he won't, because he's silly. He doesn't want to back down in front of his people. He doesn't want to admit he was wrong in any way. Well, that's his bad. You know, I've given him the chance. Let's see what happens. He's got until the 18th. I'll actually will then be on shifts for a couple of days, so I will do an update a couple of days after that, unless I've heard from him with a video in the meantime.
What do you think is going to happen? Do you think he will apologize? Is there any sort of feeling you've got that makes you think he's going to have to back down because he's gone so far?
Well, even if he's thinking, oh my goodness, what have I done? He's got me banged to rights. He is going to take this further. I still don't think he'll back down. I think he's just going to he's going to take a punt, just hoping beyond hope that I won't take it any further. Because I cannot for a moment, and imagine him apologizing in front of people. Now,
No,
I mean,
no.
I made a comment about your accent earlier on. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, let's say you really took offense, and a lot of my subs started saying, "Do you know what? You can't say that. That's dreadful. You've really upset him, and this and that."
Yeah,
could-
well, shit, ball.
Yeah, absolutely. But I could imagine doing a video saying, "Look, Creaky, I am really sorry. I thought it was funny. I was mistaken. I'm sorry."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yet I'd be eating a bit of humble pie, a bit embarrassed about doing it,
Yeah.
but then we'd move on. That's all he has.
And that's
all he
the
has to do.
thing, Steve. Yeah, and I've said before that I used the flat Earth, which is a terrible example. But let's say for some reason we were all proven wrong, and it turns out the Earth was flat, or is flat, I should say.
Yeah.
I would be more than happy to say, well, I can't believe this, but I've been
I'll
wrong.
slap my ass and call me Shirley.
Yeah, you know, I would be more than, because it takes a far bigger man to come out and say, look, I was wrong. What a div I've been. It turns out that you were right. I've been making fun of you for all these years, and you were the ones that were right. But it's never going to happen. And I can't imagine somebody like Oakley ever doing that for any reason at all, regardless of how serious the situation has the potential to become.
Yeah. Well, I think partly he and others don't think it can become serious. You
Just
don't know my
show
name.
them
You
they
don't
know.
know my address. How the hell can you do anything about me?
What? I'm assuming that Nathan Oakley's his real name, so it's not going to take much to find him, is it?
Well, look, with the thing that happened with Anthony Riley, which is when he'd used the word spastic and calling me and others that in comments on my videos a couple of times.
Yeah.
I asked him a couple of times not to do that, but he said, "I will if I want to." So I put a stop to that. So then he started putting an intro on his videos with myself, Bob the Science Guy, and about half a dozen other creators with that song "I'm Spasticus," and then zooming in on the word spastics from a dictionary. Absolutely, obviously, it was aimed at us. And so a couple of people, I was annoyed and upset because I don't like that, because the fact that it was aimed at me, and I'd made it clear that I didn't want him to do that. But there were other creators as well, and they all became aware of it. And I spoke to a couple of them, and they were varying degrees of what they felt needed to be done about it. But there was one person who was desperately upset for reasons I won't go into. And so I'm aware that they and a second creator passed it on to the police, and the police visited him. Now, I don't know anything happening beyond that, but I do know he stopped doing it, which is good. But it shows you that he's not beyond reach.
Yeah.
And nor is Oakley, and nor are these others.
The thing is, though, Mr. Sensible, none of us are. Do you know what I mean? Myself, you, all us guys that make this type of content, we are all laying ourselves bare for, scrutiny by anyone who chooses to give it. And as such, anybody can, if somebody's determined enough, they can find us.
Of course.
Especially somebody in a position of authority. They've got the tools to be able to do that.
Haven't they just?
Yeah, and I just don't get why they can't, how they could possibly I think, though, something you said a little while ago, that they are probably living in the hope that you were just
bluffing
off and you're not going to escalate it. But I think
I can imagine as well, they're thinking, well, he's given me this 2 weeks. That's because he's really not going to do anything. Well, sorry, no, I'm giving him 2 weeks because of all those reasons I gave, because I'm giving him a chance to make it right.
Yeah,
I know he won't take it.
Yeah, it's probably such an alien concept to him, because it's what people like us know as fair play, and giving somebody a chance at redeeming themselves before you escalate it. So,
well, look what's just happened to MC Toon with that guy Kim Drops, which I mentioned it in the video. I don't know the background of all their disagreements and arguments, but I do know that this Kim Drops is one of Mark Steele's sidekicks. Got upset that MC has basically kicked Mark Steele's butt all over the place and shown him to be the idiot he is. And so he started bad-mouthing MC, and I'm not sure if he called him a pedophile or made accusations about children. Anyway, he did. And so MC not only took a leaf out of my book and gave him 2 weeks, he also gave him the opportunity to go on a live stream with him, present the evidence of him being a pedophile or whatever.
I saw,
in which case he would give him the details so Kim Drops could report him to his local police department or apologize. So, of course, Kim did neither of that. He doubled down and has done another long video making wild accusations. So MC said, well, that's it. You've had your chance. And he's gone to the police.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Good for him. I don't know how you feel about this, pal, but somebody in the side chat is asking, could you just give a brief sort of summary of what's going on? People that are joining the chat now have no idea what we're talking about. Do you want to do that, or are you not comfortable to do it here?
What, with regard to myself? Or just the situation in general?
Can you give a summary of what's happened?
Okay, yeah, sure. There's been, well, to my knowledge, it started off around the time, I'm not saying because of, but around the time that Anthony Riley made all these abusive intros to his videos, accusing myself and other creators of being spastics, which in the UK at least is a pretty... what's the word? It's not a word you can use to throw at people nowadays anyway, is it?
I looked it up after this morning, and it's technically a
disableist.
A disability hate crime is what it's classified as.
Absolutely, in the UK, which is where I am and which is where Riley is. So anyway, I had spoke to some of the other creators, and 2 creators reported it to the police. The police did visit him, basically to tell him to stop, and he has stopped. So that was good, and it shows that these people can be reached. But there's been more and more of this lately with... I'm not going to limit it just to flat earthers, although to my knowledge, 99.99% is, but I'm not going to limit it just to them. It's this case of argue backwards and forth, and then they suddenly say, yeah, but you're a pedophile. That's, and that's meant to end the argument. So there's been quite a few. There is Shields versus Shields. There is, he's a big one doing this. I actually went onto his channel and said, look, leaving any arguments aside, can you see that this is not an appropriate way to argue with people? And, you can have the authorities try and deal with you. And he just made another wild ass accusation back at me, so I left him. But yeah, the Shields versus Shields has been attacking. Was that Sean Hawkins? I forget. Yeah, I think he was attacking Sean Hawkins.
Yeah.
His right hand making similar accusations against. You'll have to help me. I'm getting muddled up between them. Right hand making accusations against Jose JG Gonzalez.
Yeah.
There was Riley. Had made similar accusations against Conspiracy Cats, and I gave Cats the information about what offences, because we'd looked into it, what offences this would breach, and so Cats has obviously told Riley. I did a video about it. A couple of other people did a video about it, and I think that Riley is basically shut up now, which is good.
Yeah,
but basically, it's being used as the go-to. Disgusting put down stroke argument to try and deal with people who are presenting evidence against them that they can't deal with.
Yeah, it's like I've said before, it's that schoolyard mentality, isn't it? You and I are both 8-year-old boys. We're playing in the schoolyard. We've fallen out and we're arguing, and you smell, and then I run off. It's that kind of, because I can't make any headway in the argument, I just resort to childish, Mr. Sensible, you smell, and then I run away and hide. It's that kind of mentality. I hate to cut you dead, but 2 seconds. Voodoo Inquisitor was just super chatted. Thank you very much indeed. Okay. And he's just bought something off my Amazon wish list, which I have been it's been on the wish list for a long time, mate. I am incredibly grateful. Basically what he's done is he's bought a microphone for me. So thank you, mate. I really appreciate it. And I know I've got a really good microphone, which I have, but this microphone is I can have it out of shot for my video. So instead of sitting here like I'm reading the news, I can start swinging my arms around like a gibbon, and
does it automatically translate to English?
Not really, no, not really. Just microphone. That's the only bit.
That is wonderful.
Very much indeed. And you've been entered onto the swanky list as well, so you could win. No, that's my wallet. You can't win my wallet. you could win this wallet here, which is what I'm giving away tonight. So if anybody does want a chance to win that wallet, then the information's scrolling across the bottom of the screen. So thank you, pal. Sorry, Mr. Sensible, but yeah, it's that schoolyard childish nonsense. I can't win the argument, so I'm just going to insult you. And
but there's a big difference, isn't there? We're having this argument, Creaky, and I eventually, I can't argue against what he's saying. So I said, you bold Welshman, and run away.
Yeah,
that's exactly
an insult.
That's not nice. It's upsetting. It's pathetic. It's childish and whatever. But if I then turn around and make accusations, but if I then make accusations against you of things like that, being a paedophile, or let's say I have managed to track down the area you live in, and so I drop it in the side chat or something like that, and dox or try and dox you, that's beyond.
Yeah,
and that can be dealt with legally.
But you wouldn't have to track me down because you've been to my house.
Well, I have been to your house, yeah.
But yeah, that's exactly what it is.
But don't tell him I've only been to your house because I tracked you down.
No, he was invited. He didn't turn up at the front door one day. He was invited. But it's I wouldn't say it concerns me, but at the same time, it's always something that's in the back of my mind. How far would somebody go to illustrate how much I'd pissed them off by something I said about them? And I don't say that out of fear of violence, because I just don't fear it. But what I wouldn't want to bring what I do into my real life, because again, I'm not really the creaky blinder, mind you. You know who I really am. I know who you really are, but I don't know if people expect me to be like that all the time, but I'm not.
It doesn't have to be just violence. I mean, it can be, but it can be things like ordering loads and loads of pizzas and things like that to turn up at your address. That's sort of harassment. Well, yes, but you have to pay for them then, don't you? But yeah, there's lots of things like that. They can get into your life. They can upset you. They can annoy you. I mean, let's say that someone started doing things like that. The individual thing may not harm you much, but perhaps your missus gets really fed up, and it starts to cause, because of all the hassles it's causing into your family, and starts then getting upset with you doing this sort of thing. So, look, Creaky, you've got to get off there because this is screwing up our life. It can have real effects.
Yeah. Somebody's just pointed out that I have actually missed a couple of super chats, for which I apologize. How do I find the...
I always do it via Studio.
Yeah, I've got them. I don't know if you can see it. See Pips.
Yep, need a wallet for Mr. Pips Christmas.
Yeah, I'm using StreamYard now. And, people, because of the way my live streams are, much like yours, a lot of it is based around interacting with the audience. Then, I just thought this was a really cool feature to have, so that I can put people's comment up on the screen while I'm addressing it.
Yeah.
I think, James A, Brain the Steel, and the essay. I think I've caught that now. Apologies if I missed your super chat, but like I say, don't be afraid to point it out.
Welcome to the Blinder Gang, Mush.
Welcome to the Blinder Gang, Mush.
Exactly, mush. I don't say mush in my videos, and it's kind of... So if I nip down to Tesco's, other supermarkets are available, and I bumped into you, I might say, all right, mush. It's like, mate, pal, but it's a real Swansea thing to say.
Is it really? I mean, I've heard it.
Yeah.
I've heard it.
Yeah,
I know there's a Cockney thing as well.
I don't know. I'll be honest. I'm aware that there are other areas that use the term mush, but it's very. It's like I call everyone pal or buddy.
Yeah.
And there's one reason why I do it. It's because I can never remember anyone's real name.
Well, that's true as well. But I was just thinking, Only Fools and Horses. You think of the song? Can't remember what it was, but From a Mush in Shepherd's Bush.
Oh yeah, so it must be a Cockney thing as well.
As well, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know. But certainly not everywhere.
We'd be schooled, Mr. Sensible. Brian Pop Robinson says mush is Cockney. So you were right. It is a Cockney thing as well as a Welsh thing.
So I win your wallet then, do I? Full of money.
I'm claiming it as a Welsh thing. You frozen, or are you just keeping? Oh, there we are. I was going to say you've either frozen or you're really good at keeping still. Sorry, mate. Super chat from Mario.
Super chat. Thank you.
Space dot X.
But Mario's right. That's it. Swatting. I mean, that was an American term. Giving the details, saying, "Oh, there's someone doing something in that property with a gun or whatever. I think there's a kidnapped person in there." And what happens? SWAT team turn up armed.
Yeah.
Dreadful.
It's a similar concept, isn't it?
I'm going to do much better to do like that takedown with the duck suits. You must have seen that recently. Was it? Yeah, something like that. Okay, let's say they set up something like that to really embarrass you. I'm really fed up with you, Creaky, because you keep... So they'll do something like that to embarrass you. That's fine. I mean, it's not nice for you, but you could probably see the funny side of it. You'll probably be gritting your teeth. But no harm done. They've got you, but no harm done. That's a big difference, isn't it?
Exactly. And it's how far you take it. That's the key to it, isn't it? You know, make it calling me baldy or saying I'm old or whatever it may be. That's one thing, but to be on the receiving end of what some of our fellow creators are on the receiving end of at the minute, it's just disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I've got it quite... Oh, sorry, pal. Sorry.
No, go on.
I was just saying, I've got it mild quite really. But I just don't stand for being bullied. And I don't stand for seeing people bullied either.
Yeah.
And actually, nor does Mrs. Sensible.
Yeah, no, I can imagine.
Well, you met her on her first day at school. Yeah. On her first day at school, some big kid said, "Give me your lunch money." So she socked the one in the face and knocked her out.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But it's you know, I'm very much of the opinion that if anything like this was ever to happen to me, you're a better man than me for giving them a chance, but I would have just gone straight to the police. To the police. Take no prisoners.
I understand fully, and I would not criticize it. I just want to make it as watertight as possible. That they cannot argue. That it was heat of the moment. Sorry, officer. Well, I've made it clear, and I've given him the chance to get out of it by saying that was heat of the moment. But no. Yeah. Well, not so far, anyway.
Are you watching to see if anything is
I did discussed
about it on the channel?
I presume if Oakley suddenly issues an apology video to me, someone's going to tell me pretty damn quick, and it's going to fly around the internet.
Oh yeah.
But I did ask him to email me to let me know. I won't go into more details about that. No. It's
as much as you're comfortable with.
No, it's just that when we reach the end of this, either we will have that apology or we won't, and it will be taken further. At that stage, I will explain what has happened in a video so everyone knows. Because
that's why I said, you know, only go as far as you are comfortable going, because obviously I don't know the full story myself, do I? So I don't want you to say anything that could potentially jeopardize what you want the end result to be.
Well, with regard to what's actually happened, it is only the side comments. He's done nothing further that I'm aware of. It's only the comments he made in the side chat of one of his streams, where he was basically saying, "What's Mr. Sensible's story? We had said we exposed Bob the pervert." I'm not sure if he's talking about Bob the science guy or someone else.
I saw something about something being said about Bob, who incidentally is a really nice guy, in my humble opinion.
Yeah.
So I believe you're right. Yes, it is Dr. Bob that they're talking about.
So they said that they'd exposed him, and they want to know more about me.
Okay, fine. Let's say that is true. Like you said in your video, how do they know? What supporting evidence do they have? How did they gather that evidence? What are they going to do with that evidence?
I've no idea. But with regards to me, he wants to know my story. And then someone else made some, you know what it's like, that they make these comments saying, oh, that person's gay or whatever, using that as a threat. And he said, we will find out. So he's definitely showing intent. Now, someone said, well, he hasn't actually done anything. He hasn't given out any of your details. We don't know that he's actually found out any of your details. But the actual Malicious Communications Act, as I explained in my video, is it's a funny term. It's talking about sending letters, but that's basically any form of communication. Sending letters with intent to cause harassment, alarm, and distress. So he doesn't actually have to do it, to do the doxing. He's put out messages basically implying that that's what he's going to do in an effort to cause me harassment, alarm, and distress. That's the offence. He's committed it to my understanding.
But the thing is, he probably doesn't see that he's done anything wrong. He thinks it's just words on the internet, so it doesn't count. But he is hugely mistaken.
Yep.
Hugely mistaken. And hopefully, he will have enough sense to do the right thing and issue a public apology, because I don't think anything less will suffice, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Well, I did
feel about it, but
I've not really. I don't watch his streams, but I did pop onto his channel earlier, and someone had put a comment in just saying, "When are you going to do this apology video to Mr. Sensible?" That I didn't see an answer at that time, but it's not forgotten. People are asking him. Now, obviously, we've been talking about it, the whys and wherefores of what's happened. So. I wouldn't mind if, I don't want anyone to swamp his channel with it, but if one person can say, Oakley, you need to look at Creaky Blinder's stream. They were talking about this. Mr. Sensible was explaining about it. Then he can watch this. He can see what I'm saying, why I'm saying it. And maybe it'll make him think, you know what? He is serious. I will do something.
Yeah, if he does, because I know he's commented occasionally on my videos. He doesn't pay me that much attention, to be honest, and I don't really care either way, because he just isn't that important. But surely if he could see it, he could see that you've made a video addressing the topic. We are now discussing it live. Yeah. Surely that should be indicating to him that, hang on, maybe I do need to try and put this right, or at least bring it to a head and close the chapter type of thing.
Yeah, but I don't think he will.
No, I don't either. I think he's got a stubborn streak wider than the M25, and I think it's going to show in this instance, because he just isn't going to be comfortable to apologize to you publicly or privately.
I think he's got a stubborn streak that's wider than his yellow streak.
Yeah. I agree, to be honest with you. But like I say, that's why there's two reasons why I've made videos about videos he's been in, but I've never specifically made a video about him, because there's just something about him that really bothers me. He just seems like a thoroughly horrible person in every sense of the word.
Well, I appreciate it's your channel, so I'm going to try and be very careful about what I say, okay?
You say whatever you want, Matt.
No, but he's, he does his daily stream, his flat earth discussions, and a lot of his streams now are talking about teabagging. It used to be toe tagging people. Now it's teabagging. We don't need to go into details of that. If anyone wants to know what that is, they can look it up on Wikipedia or something like that.
On Google teabagging, whatever you do.
Don't do it at work.
Yeah.
Don't do it at work. But yeah, he's going on about that, which is not nice. A long time ago, I did a video about one of his streams, which I dipped into and found him having one of his screaming match arguments with someone. They were talking about the Earth being curved and the R value, the radius. I can't remember who it was or what they'd said. And he basically said, well, I'll say it once because we're discussing this. He basically said, I'm raping you anally with your R value and I'm holding you down by the ankles. But then he went on and on, repeating it and shouting it. Yeah. Absolutely despicable. That's not the way to win an argument.
No, of course it's not. But that speaks volumes about his character, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know so much in this country, but I know in the States they have shock jocks, radio presenters who will be presenting
and the like.
Yeah, presenting what's the word? Divisive views, getting the audience riled up so they ring in and all that sort of thing. I understand that. And I can understand him being a shock jock and being very rude. But I mean, he's beyond that, way beyond that.
Yeah, he is. And it's that thing, isn't it? I've had instances where I've said things in videos and somebody's taken offense, and that's fine. You can't keep everyone happy all the time, but I don't deliberately set out to upset people, and that's the difference. But with somebody like him, he's not even attempting to make it appear as though he's trying to be funny. He's just being genuinely malicious. S2000 GT said he Googled teabag, and then it took him to the Tetley webpage. So
that's it. That was you found the right thing.
What the hell did you think we were talking about? Don't be pervert.
Other tea bags are available.
That's true. Yeah. Yorkshire tea. Steve super chatted. Don't give them attention for this, I'd normally say, but you can't with this situation. Hopefully Karma will take care of the oxygen thieving scumbags. It's a difficult one to know. What's the most effective way to address it, and I think you're not going to go far wrong with the way you've handled it, because you're being fair. You're giving him the opportunity to put it right before you escalate it. But I look forward to hearing about the escalation, because I'm fairly certain it's going to happen.
Because I mean, what some people could do is, and I'm definitely 100% not advocating anything like this, but some people in my position might try to find out his details to address it personally, to go round to his house or whatever. And that's absolutely the wrong way to handle something like this. It absolutely is. And I mentioned in my video about the cyberbullying that if I knew, let's say you said here that you were going to try and find out all his details and you publish them because that would serve him right, I would call you out. I would stand beside him and say that you were wrong.
Absolutely. Just one second, pal. Voodoo Inquisitor is leaving the stream. He's got things to do that are far more important than attending a Right Said Fred convention. But pal, thank you very much indeed for the mic. I will let you know when it gets here, and I am massively grateful to you. Thank you, pal.
Ooh, super.
That's a nice one. Very generous.
Yeah, no, it is. This is another thing that baffles me about our community versus the flat earth community, the different characters that you come across. Is the boss there?
One sec.
Oh. So everybody, while Mr. Sensible is pleading for his life, if you do want to be entered into the draw for the Ridge wallet, all you've got to do is super chat. It's brand spanking new, still in the box. £75 UK money, $99 US if you go on the website and buy it now. But if you don't want to win it and you do just want to go and buy it to support the people who support me, i.e. the Ridge, my current channel sponsor, then just use code Creaky on checkout or put ridge.com/Creaky. Winner, chicken dinner. Are we clear? Are you in trouble?
Oh, no, I'm not in trouble. She's just turned up. Yeah.
I couldn't have handled the girl.
You can tell I'm not in trouble. You can tell I'm not in trouble, mate. I haven't got a black eye yet.
Yeah, because it's still here.
She can't hear you, though. She can't hear you.
All right. Oh, yeah, you've got headphones on, haven't you? I have as well. I got like a little Mission Impossible jobby.
Wow.
Don't you find that the headphones play havoc with your specs? That's why I can't wear them.
Well, I always go for over-ear headphones. I can't abide on-ear because that hurts.
Yeah.
And the earbud type things I find too annoying. So I always go for over-ear. It's not too bad.
Yeah, it's just uncomfortable. I don't know, but anyway. So 5 days and it's D-Day then, basically.
Yes, yeah. Once that deadline is reached, at the first convenient point after then, I will make that report. And so that's on I'm just looking at the 18th, isn't it? But then I've got sort of 3 more days when I can't really do much, because I'd like to do it on a live stream or a live premiere followed by a live stream. So it'll probably be Tuesday, 22nd of December, and people will find out what sort of Christmas Mr. Oakley is going to have. Yeah.
But, you've been the bigger man. You've given him ample opportunity. It's just what he's
saying I'm fat.
What? Well, I didn't mean your waistline when I said ample, but if you can't take a comment, then please your bloody self. But no, I think it's gonna show what he truly is like as a person. And the mighty one, no, we are not father and son. I'm just gonna put it out there. It's not true. I've been making it up all this time. He's not really my father.
Yeah.
My grandfather. Do you know the number of comments I get? Is Mr. Sensible really your dad? Because he doesn't look old enough.
Well, I'll tell you what I haven't yet broached the news to her, but Mrs. Sensible, I haven't told her yet, so she's finding out now live. Mrs. Sensible is not the mother of our children.
No way. I wish I had a sound effect that would have made that would have given it the gravitas it deserves.
Dun, dun, dun.
That'll have to do.
That was quite good. Was that Mrs. Creaky? Oof.
No. Oh dear me.
Listen, I want to say a big thank you for asking me. I mean, I'd be happy to come in just to chat anyway, but the fact I happened to be in just when you were thinking of talking about the whole cyberbullying thing was serendipitous. And I'm really, really glad that worked out, and I'm happy to talk about it. And I'll say big thanks.
I was gonna talk about this anyway, right? Because, like I say, after seeing your video, it really did. It aggravated me, and there's not much that aggravates me. I don't care about these people enough to let them aggravate me, but in this case, it did sort of bother me enough to want to talk about it, if that makes sense, because I just think it's so ridiculous that we are grown-ups. Grown-ups don't do this sort of, not normal grown-ups anyway.
Not normal ones, no.
I'd
say, is it possible for someone to drop a link to the video? It's my cyberbullying video. I'll let you into a little secret. That's not to shill, because I'm not going to get anything out of it really, because would you believe it? They've demonetized it because of the subject, and I asked for a manual review.
Way.
Yes, why? I'm not worried about it, because I think it still needs to be said. But the fact that so they're still showing adverts, but they're not going to give the money to me.
Yeah, you're not getting it though.
No.
Yeah, that's the thing, and that's why whenever there's anything I want to talk about that's a little bit naughty or a little bit sort of, it's going to get demonetized, I choose to do it live, because my live streams only get a couple of thousand views anyway, so it doesn't hurt the channel overall. Because, as important as it is to discuss topics like this, this is how I earn my living now. So obviously I've got to be mindful of that without sounding selfish. And if I do, tough luck.
It hasn't affected me, and it hasn't harmed my channel. But that's actually one of my fastest flying videos. It's been out nearly 24 hours, and it's got 3.4k views, which for me is really, really good. Yeah. And then you think, well, hold on, I felt it's a good video. It was something that needed to be said. It was said without being rude or nasty or anything like that. And then they decide, because it's talking about cyberbullying. I mean, what's it entitled? Cyberbullying is never acceptable. And the thumbnail says, stop it now. Yeah. So you think that's a good...
IOW has just shared it in the side chat as well.
Thank you, Gary.
So if I'll add it to the video description.
Thank you, because I think it's, like I said, I'm not going to be making anything from it, and I'm fine with that, because I think it's something that's important that needs to be said. So
it's hugely important. It's hugely important, and it further illustrates just how disgusting some of the people that we dealing with that, because there's no other way. There's no way to sugarcoat it. Is there? Anybody who uses that sort of language as a weapon is, well, they're just not a very nice person.
No.
Let's be realistic about it.
No, it's not good. So listen, I'm going to love you all and leave you and say
Thank you very much, Mr. Sensible.
Drop in and take care, everyone. See you soon.
And stay sensible.
Definitely.
Are you going to use your catchphrase?
You've done it for me. Mush.
With cheese?
With cheese if you want. Just no pineapple.
Nice to see you. I'll catch you soon.
Bye-bye.
Right? Take care, man. Bye. So, there we go. I don't know what's the matter with these people. I really, really don't. I really, really don't. The list is being populated as we speak. It is, what time is it? It is just coming up to 8:30, and I'm gonna draw the winner at 8:45 my time, so in 15 minutes. But because I've been having a lovely chat and I have been drinking lots of squash, I need a wee. So, Arnold Schwarzenegger, bear with me, uno momento.
Today I got a call. My baby's coming home. Today I got a call. My baby's coming home. She didn't say when, she didn't say when, but at least I got her on the phone.
Right, sorry guys, back now. I've got to stop drinking so much squash when I'm live. Yeah, so what does the side chat think of this whole situation? Do you all think it's as disgusting as me? And I've seen a few people in the side chat mentioning freedom of speech, which is fine, but how far should freedom of speech be taken? Let me know what you think, either in the comment section or in the side chat, because I, for one, just think it's absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Yes, I did Bob Nodell's gyroscope. I did just take a Riley break. I did. Thank you, Chris Shapley. Yes, I'm back.
Ooh, super chat.
Hope I'm not stalking you with super chat. Not at all, Peter Nancaro. It is always extremely gratefully received. I do not take it lightly when people choose to super chat me, because I understand, especially now more than ever. See, I can't get away with anything. Of course I washed my hands, my darling wife. I just didn't flush the chain in case they heard it on the live stream. But thanks for bringing it up in front of 216 people. Of course I wash my hands. I'm not a savage. So just so you can see what I've been doing, here is the list. Quite a nice list. And as I said, I will be drawing it in 13 minutes. Ish. Yeah. What am I doing? Wrong button. Ba-boom. Craig Hobbs, super chat is not working for me. I know this will sound like a cop out, but log out of your account and log back in. That generally seems to be the fix for most things on YouTube, logging out and back in. And Chris Shapley says, Mrs. Blinder, glad you're on top of things. I can't get away with anything, Chris. Nothing at all. Nothing whatsoever. I don't know if anybody's interested as well, right? And I don't want to bang on about stuff and things. But YouTube are back on the free channel membership doohickey. And they're giving away free channel memberships to any channel of your choosing as long as you're a YouTube premium user. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Adam, your name's not on the Patreon list. Is it not? That's a bit odd. I don't know why that would be. I don't know. I'll have to have a look. Crafty Keeler says, Creaky Blinder, abuse is not free speech and should always be called out. Mr. S did it with such elegance. Yeah, exactly. And I agree with you, Keeler. But there are some people in the side chat saying that it's against free speech. Well, to me, it's not. It's going against somebody who's being a disgusting scumbag. Plain and simple.
Ooh, super chat. Thank you.
Another super chat of Olek. Thank you, pal. That's Creaky's assassins list. We're all doomed. You might be right. You might be right. So apologies if I haven't addressed you in the side chat tonight. It's not that I'm ignoring you. It's just obviously when I'm doing a draw like this and when I've got a guest on with me, it does make it more difficult for me to keep an eye on the side chat. So if I have missed anything, I apologize. And if it is a super chat, then let me know. Cyberbullying came in as an offense because people couldn't exercise restraint with their speech and freedom was removed. Yeah, and quite rightly so, because, you know, how far do you take it? Pip, I have not drawn it yet. I have not drawn it yet. Gary IOW. I know what IOW stands for now. It suddenly dawned on me the other day. Is it what I think it is, Gary? Based on what we're talking about now, obviously, based on the part of the world that you're from. And I'm hoping it's bigger than I think it is so that I haven't just given away your location inadvertently. Good evening, Global Chris. How are you, pal? Yeah, it's just a disgusting situation. Good evening, Audrey. How are you? As far as I know, freedom of speech doesn't protect hate speech, defamation, slander, libel, etc. And quite rightly so. It shouldn't, because people like that don't deserve protecting from anything. Sorry, somebody's just typed something in the side chat. Very childish. But because I'm very childish, very funny. IOW stands for Internet of Willies, probably. It could be. It could be.
Ooh, super chat. Thank you.
Abelis or Abilis. Oakley needs consequences. He should have a visit of the police when we all hear this. Right, I'm not going to carry on reading that out, but I'm not going to disagree with you either. But, you know, it's what people choose to do with the information that they have affects the end result. And Abelis or Abilis, I'm not sure if I'm butchering your name or not, but you've just been entered into the draw for the Ridge wallet. So thank you very much indeed. Rob Morrison, as a veteran, my thoughts that Mr. Sensible should be more robust and let the comments be water off a duck's back. Mr. Sensible is a legend and he doesn't deserve the hate. Yeah, I basically... So when I first started making content, I had this this conversation over chat with Simon Dan, and we were talking about hurtful and hateful comments. And obviously, with him being the biggest creator in our space, I sort of said, you know, what do you do? And what should I do? And he basically said, and I've stuck to it ever since, ignore, block, and delete. And that's exactly what I do with every single hateful comment. And I don't get as many as some of the other guys, but I do get some. But I just delete them and block them. My block list on YouTube is absolutely enormous because I'm here to have fun, to make a living, and to entertain people. I am not here to position myself as such where idiots like Oakley come after me. If they do, whatever. Don't really care. But if he takes it too far, I would just go straight to the police anyway. So why should I care? Why should I care? I really, really don't. Super chat coming from Peter Nancaro. Donald Trump, it's rigged. I won. Well, you've got more entries than anyone else, Pete, so it might well do. I don't know if I've spelt it right every time, but I have done my best. Who did we have next then? Brian, where's Brian's super chat gone?
Ooh, super chat. Thank you.
Some of Expat Taffy's accusation videos are disgusting. Now, it's interesting you should bring up Expat Taffy because I'll be honest with you. In recent times, the video I made about Expat Taffy is the one that I suspected I would get some backlash on. Because I saw when I was finding a video to make about him that there were a lot of videos on his channel and that they were basically just character assassinations of other creators. And again, I think that Expat Taffy is like 81 years old, so he's even older than me. And the language he uses to communicate doesn't sort of fit in with how you would expect an 80-year-old man to behave publicly, because obviously this is a public platform and we're all putting ourselves out there for scrutiny. So I'm surprised there was no but you know, that being said, I haven't. Super chat from James A. Your name is on the list. Thank you, pal. Defamation of character is a greater crime than slander, in my opinion. Flat earthers should be prosecuted for disinformation first. Yeah, I agree with you completely. But the sad thing is they claim to, or they genuinely can't see.
Super chat. Thank you.
That it is misinformation. You know, they call us misinformers. It's just absolutely nuts, isn't it? Super chat from Cameron Walker. Your name is on the swanky list. Thank you, pal. $5 New Zealand. Sadly, nowadays calling somebody a pedo to end win an argument is now popular because, especially for women, they know they can't get away with it. Mud sticks. I could go into it, but I'm not going to. I know somebody in the real world whose life was almost ruined by that accusation being made publicly by one of these vigilante hunt them down type groups on Facebook. And people are just weird.
Ooh, super chat. Thank you.
Thank you, Simon Jenkins. Here's the tenner I saved on the Ridge wallet. Thanks to you, mate. Up the Welsh. No problem, but your name is now on a list with the possibility of winning another. So I hope you really liked it. I'm getting people commenting on the sponsored videos. I've done the 3 now that I was contractually obliged to do. And people messaging me and saying it's not a real wallet. It's not my company, mind. They just paid to sponsor 3 videos and they gave me a couple of the wallets. So I'm choosing to give one away. So I didn't invent the Ridge wallet. I've just advertised it because they paid me to do so. So yeah, it's not Jezza the Mass Reviewer, $2.99 super sticker. Thank you, pal. Very kind of you, old chappy old bean. But yeah, I didn't invent the Ridge wallet, but I love mine. It's absolutely awesome. I hated the big bulge in my back pocket from the old wallets that we've all, you know, the old folding wallets that we've all got. Clean Sweep's got a question. Is it a NASA CGI wallet? Absolutely not. No CGI at all.
CGI.
Well, Apart from that, CGI, obviously. But there we are, folks. Now, this is what I wonder what people do with small change when they have a Ridge wallet. Right. I have never, ever, and I know a lot of people do, I have never once ever in my life put change in a wallet. A wallet is for credit cards, store cards, whatever you may call it, your driver's license, and notes. Who puts change in a wallet? No. You put change in your pocket, not in a wallet. Unless, of course, you're like me and you've never got any money. But I don't get the change in the wallet. What the deuce says, flat earth, flat wallet, coincidence? Could be. Or perhaps it isn't. Perhaps it isn't. Right, it's 8:43, so if anybody else wants to be in with a chance of winning the Ridge wallet, you have exactly two, well, I say exactly, it could be less. You have 2 minutes to get your entry in. Super sticker from X Penguin. Thank you, pal. 199. Cheers, dude. Yeah, so 2 minutes to get your entries in. Built to, if you want to ask me a question, there's no need to spam the side chat with it. I do try to address every question. There's a genuine flat earther who works at the same place as me. Can you give me a question to ask him that'll make him question his beliefs? There's so many. The one I like, which is blatantly obvious and doesn't involve any science at all, which is why I like it, is why is it that the face of the moon is in the opposite direction when viewed from the southern hemisphere to what we see in the northern hemisphere? So essentially, if you stood in the UK and looked at the moon, you see the face of the moon one way. If you quickly shot round to Australia and looked at the moon, it's the other way up. Almost as if we live on a globe. So that's kind of one of the things I like to ask them about, because it doesn't involve any science, which I'm always a fan of. But yeah, another super sticker off Mr. Steve. Thank you, pal. Much appreciated. Yeah, so it's 8:45. So any super chats that come in now will not be included in the draw, I'm afraid. Thank you for the super sticker.
Ooh,
Mike 71. Mr. Merlin, it's too late to be entered into the competition, but he doesn't have pockets in his shorts. Why do you wear shorts all the time? We live in the UK, mate. It's freezing. It's big nipple, small willy weather at this time of the year. How can you wear shorts? Are you one of these weird people who goes to Tesco's or Asda when it's pissing down with rain with flip-flops and shorts on? I bet you are, aren't you? And then you've got a hoodie and a beanie hat on because it's actually cold. I bet you are, aren't you? Do you wear... Right, no, we've been talking about defamation of character and bullying people all night, so I'll just leave it there. So, I have one. That is one Ridge wallet. My list. Who was the last super chat that came in? The last super chat was from Simon Jenkins, which is the last one on my list. So submit the list, and there is everybody's names on the list. So who's feeling lucky? Who feels like they're going to win this wallet? This wallet, which is brand spanking new, still in the box. So it's got no Rona, no nothing. It's fresh as a daisy. I've not even opened it. It could be broken inside. You could just be winning a broken wallet. But here we go. Which button do I press? I can't remember. Do I just click on the doohickey? Let's try. So here we go. Oh, would you look at that? The winner of the wallet is Simon Jenkins. I knew it. the person who's won the wallet has bought a wallet on by using my link. But them's the breaks. Unless, of course, Simon doesn't want the Ridge wallet. Simon, if Brian Pop Robson, it's not a fix. You just saw me pull the draw live. And it is what it is. You know, it's a random name generator. It's the one I've used for every other draw I've done. So yeah, it's you or Simon, unless of course you tell me otherwise, which I can't imagine you will, because everybody loves to win something. Everybody does. So congratulations, Simon. You were the proud owner of a second Ridge wallet. Unless, of course, you tell me you don't want it. Good evening, Utah MC Rider. How are you, pal? I was thinking exactly the same thing, Pixel Domination. But them's the breaks. Them's the breaks. Yeah, exactly, Mike71. He can re-gift it if he wants to. And I'm sure, being the nice guy he is, that's exactly what he's going to do. So, yeah. Anyway, listen, guys, I'm gonna call time on tonight's stream a little bit early because, because I got nothing else left to say, really. Mr. Merlin, the bald. What? Oh, not Cameron. Sorry, Cameron. Yeah, you were close. You were next to him. Got that. Ben. No, that's Cameron again. Where's Merlin gone? He says something humorous. Been a shorts wearer for 30 years. But most people, you know, they move on to trousers when they become a big boy. Is he a big boy, Trace? And on that note, thank you very much indeed to everybody who was super chatted. Massive thank you to Voodoo Inquisitor. Just very quickly before I go, I've rehashed the whole merch store, which is why I had pictures of the new merchandise at the beginning of the live stream. I've dumped everything that doesn't sell, which was a lot. A lot of it don't sell. And my theory is that because of the generation we are, we just not into graphic t-shirts and you know, that type of thing. But if you are interested, just type Creaky Blinder merch into the Google and you'll find my merch store there. But the links are also down in the video description. And this guy is out there. So as we say in Wales, bon voyage. Don't say bon voyage at all. We say no star. Take care, everyone. Love you. See you next time. Bye.
Thank you all for watching Creaky Live. Don't forget to follow me on all of your social media platforms. Have a good day and have a creaky week.